Now we're live.
Much better. All right. Well, let's get StreamYard started. So
Now
look at
we
Linda for
are
anybody.
live.
Okay.
All right, so your current panel is live. Enter studio.
Yep. That's what it was. I think I messed it. I messed it up. Trying to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm Thumping Weevil. I am here with my husband today.
Break it too sweet, ladies and gents. What's going on?
Yes, and we are here to talk about.
Basically, the world is upside down right now.
And there's a lot going on. There's a lot to unfold. And I know you've heard about it all. It's been going on for the last couple hours. So.
And unfortunately, somebody has passed.
Unfortunately.
And it really is, truly is unfortunate because that man probably never even heard a damn fly.
No, he was a great man. He really was. He was, like, politics aside, he was a family man. He was a godly man. God, family, country, in that order, his words. And he was out there in the youth. He was trying to teach the youth, like, about America and about the right and the wrong. And unfortunately, some people just can't take that, I guess.
Some people just can't handle reality.
Mm-hmm.
And what I guess what pisses me off more is the fact of the matter is that they are so blinded by hate. They live with such hate in their hearts. Like you see it. Like they live with so much hate in their hearts. And I think most of the time it's also because they don't believe in anything. It's like they don't believe in anything. They don't even believe the earth is round.
Yeah.
All right, so it's even worse.
Well, I don't know. It was so weird when it popped up on my phone and I saw it. Like, nobody told me. It just kind of popped up on the social media, and honestly, I don't know. It hurt my stomach. It, like, physically made me ill. Like, I just felt like a huge knot in my stomach because I don't know anybody. Like, it wasn't just like somebody killed them. It was an assassination. I believe it was planned. I believe that somebody took their time to go out and do that in front of thousands of people too. There was probably like 1,500 people.
Maybe, but
on school grounds too. Somebody allowed that person to come on school grounds. It wasn't just like somewhere in public. It was on school grounds.
I mean, I like so you saying that, right? 1,500 people and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Conan's book, one of the Conan books, The Hour of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Conan was talking to Pallades, his like it was one of his generals, right? And it's like, and Pallades was saying to the effect of that men say this, men say that. Well, men are fools. Men are fools, and that I've seen a king die in the midst of thousands. So it's kind of is that implication, but also it's starting to look like a Kennedy event too. It's starting to look like it because the alleged guy that they had previously, they released him, and apparently there was another guy. They released him. So this is something like a Kennedy event, in a sense, like a Kennedy event. You know, the whole who's the shooter, smoking gun. Was there a second shooter? Was there a diversion, etc., etc.? Well, I'm not really going to say like a Kennedy event because Kennedy was actually shot like right here in the clavicle first, then in the back of the dome. Charlie Kirk was shot right here. Well, was like towards like
it was his jugular.
It was towards the artery. It was towards the carotid.
Well, what
like a heavy artery, because if you actually look at the shot placement, you look how he like turned and just it was like a waterfall. That usually happens with arteries. It doesn't happen with like a non-artery area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he probably bled out within 30 seconds, and he died cold.
And I didn't want to watch that video. It popped up, and I feel, that's another thing that just makes me so mad. Is when somebody's shot in the neck, we don't need a visual. A lot of people don't need a visual on that
Yeah, you
because
don't
that
need a
is going to
visual.
circulate. That man had a wife, he had children. Anything that you put on the internet, it's going to stay there. So God forbid those children, his children, see that video. And I think that's something that no child needs to see. It shouldn't have been circling around like that. Like, because that's stuff you just don't need a visual on it. You just don't.
Yeah, you don't need a visual on it.
I shouldn't have to explain that. Like, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. But
what I do, I just had this in my brain too. Hold on. I'm trying to put this on my social media so I can reach out to my people that I'm
yeah,
following.
go ahead. I mean, we don't have any people watching it right now.
I mean, yeah,
I hope that people.
But like,
show up
I do have a damn thought. When I say he died cold, he was cold when he was dying. So, some people don't know this, but it's actually what I was taught in combat life saving and base life saving is that whenever somebody's bleeding out and you stop the bleed, you put a thermal blanket on them.
Yeah.
Because the amount of blood that was lost, their body went cold, like the extremities and all the other shit. Because like the body is the self-preservation. So what it would do is that all the blood will go into the main arteries, the chest, the heart, the liver, the lungs. Just this general area that it will go to. The rest doesn't matter. So he was cold. He was like, yeah, man. He was cold. Like he probably didn't even feel the warmth of his wife in his head. That's I guess what hits me more is that he'll never see his kids again. He'll never see his kids laugh and smile again. I think that what hits me more.
What hits me more too is like it's that, and it's just like any other person. He said goodbye to them in the morning and not knowing what was going to happen. He put doing that kind of work.
Yeah.
Putting yourself out there like that. I mean, there are risks. He did claim that he had death threats. He was hit on the streets. He was bombarded out of restaurants and retail stores. But for somebody to truly, come in and finish the task, I guess you could say, it's heartbreaking. Those children and his wife, Erica, it breaks my heart, And then what pisses me off too is the left side, the fucking liberals, are out here celebrating about it. They're celebrating. It's sickening. It's fucking sickening. Like, politics aside, that's a human. That's somebody's life. That's a father. That's somebody's child still. That's somebody's husband. And he died. And I know that there's so many live streams right now going on, talking about this and stuff. And we just wanted to come on here and kind of give our, opinion, or not even opinion, but just our thoughts on it. Cause it's sad. Like it really hit me in the gut because I love watching his videos. I love listening to him because he's without college, he was a very, very intelligent guy. And to be only 31 passing, he was very intelligent. All he wanted to do was reach out to the youth and tell them, like, right and wrong. Like, this is the morality of it all.
All right, because I'm about to send this out.
No, it's not on Thumping Too Sweet.
Where is it?
It's on my channel. Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm gonna send it to Facebook and everything.
Yeah, nice. But I mean, with everything, it's sad, and I think a lot has to change before. I mean, a lot is going to change because of this, but I don't think it's going to be for the good.
Well, here's the problem. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Change is change, whether good or bad. Change is change, and more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, I think it needs.
That's the crux of the matter.
Oh gosh, it's just
like I'm just looking at social media right now. Joey Swoll. Everybody knows who Joey Swoll is. Let's not pretend who he is. Today is a Saturday for America. I'm so sick to my stomach and can't stop replaying in my mind what I saw happen to Charlie. And I know many of you were left traumatized watching, not knowing what's going to happen next. A wife is left without a husband, children left without a father, and many left without a loved one. I think that's what it is. A wife is left without a husband, and children are left without a father. And yeah, I think that's one of the worst things right there. You know what I'm saying? And he was left. Now he's off into the stars, into eternity, wherever he is. And that's on him and his maker. You can put it like that. And you say he's a Christian man.
I believe he's where he
needs to be.
Where he needs to be.
Well,
I mean, because people are he needs to be with his wife and children. If his time was up, then he needs to go be with the Lord.
His time was up. That was the whole thing. His time was up.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, when people say, "Well, you need to be with your wife and kids," well, in a sense, the difference is like men have a duty to do, and he felt that it was his duty to go to these campuses and be on the public square and face off against these people who, let's just be honest, they just hate us. They hate anybody who don't think like them, who don't act like them, talk like them, walk like them, shit like them for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Like, they live with such hate in their hearts. That's the point. That to me is the crux of the matter. They live with hate in their heart.
It's just sad.
Well, let me do this real quick.
I know, sorry you guys. We're just trying to get started as well.
Yeah, we're trying to get started. We're trying to get people on here and see what's going on.
Yeah, because I want to hear everybody else's opinions. I have seen a couple live streams of people talking about it, but I'd like to get more people up here. Live visuals, I guess, so to speak.
No. It's not what I want to do.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, just trying to get more people out there, up here, and just talk about it. I mean, there's a lot more we can get into tonight. It doesn't
have to be.
But like at the beginning of it all, I just really wanted to get that out there because it's been heavy. It's been heavy because, like he said, that video, it just replays in your head. It shouldn't be up there. It really should not be up there. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix a couple things too.
Well, we got 3 people watching, so I want to thank everybody who's in the chat with us right now. If you would like, please say hi. Yeah, and if you want to jump on with us, the the StreamYard is pinned on the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we just want to talk about a lot more that's going on.
Well, I want to expand on this. What I'm thinking is a Kennedy event, right? What I'm thinking is what up, Crazy Kyle? How you doing, homie?
Well, he's gonna take a minute, so.
All right. Okay, I'm back. My bad. So, the reason why I want to expand this on a Kennedy event, because when Kennedy was assassinated, it was just the franticness of it all, and like, who's the shooter? Why was Dulles doing this? Why was the Secret Service acting like this? And they're going to say, why was the police acting like this when it comes to Charlie Kirk? Because if you actually look at the tape, because after seeing just a little bit of it, square formation, right? The cops were in front of him. So, and the cops were in front of him, and he had a back wall, right? So the shot had to come from the front. But the problem of the matter is this: if it was up close, the cops would have saw it there. Mm-hmm. So it was a longer shot. So it had to have been a longer shot. Anything can happen. I know anything can happen, and somebody can put around at somebody right next to a police officer. But if they're right there staring at the crowd, they're watching hands, they're watching faces, They're watching mannerisms.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard as well. I heard that it was like over 300 yards, and somebody was saying that they were actually aiming for his head, and with the range from the gun to him, it dropped down to his neck. So they weren't aiming for the neck, but that's what I heard. It was a long.
Okay, so that's all about ballistics. Right? So that's all about ballistics. Mm-hmm. So whenever a round is shot off, right, it goes, depending on the grain and the size of the round. We'll just take a 5.56 for example. A 5.56 goes about 2,000 feet a second. All right, okay. In that time span, gravity still plays a role in this. It's like gravity is not nullified by a bullet. Gravity starts as soon as the round leaves the barrel of the firearm. Gravity drops it. So it's going to lose momentum as far as it goes. It's going to lose momentum. That's why most of the time the 5.56 round is only good up to 600 yards. Yeah, man. It wasn't the best shot. It wasn't the best shot or experienced shooter per se. But ballistics are playing a role. So if I'm doing a 300-yard shot, like a 300-meter shot, right, and it's gonna be a rifle. So then I'm actually, let's do this real quick. We'll do a little show and tell. Give me a moment. Okay, range cards.
Right. There's a lot of theories on it already.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories on it, but I'm actually going to talk about science. Talk about like science, because ballistics is a science. Right? Mm-hmm. So here's the target, right? So let's say this is a target. This is a range card. So let's say this is a target, right? If I'm aiming at 300 yards and I'm aiming here, right? And my point and where I want to hit is right here. I'm actually going to aim up top where my finger is. The reason why I'm aiming up top is because of the arc of the round that's going to come out of the barrel. And gravity is going to do the work for me and hitting my particular spot where I want. So that is science, and that's ballistics.
That's what I was getting at. And that's what he was kind of saying is like the 300 yards. It was, people are guessing that it was over 300 yards because I don't think anybody's going to really aim for the neck, even if it has the major artery in it. I don't think people are going to aim for that. They want to go for the head. They want them out instantly.
Yeah, they want the headshot, but also
plus, I believe if you actually look at the video, and
you're right. I don't want to spin of the earth and everything.
I don't want to talk about like looking at the videos, but I believe that he was wearing a plate carrier on him. You could tell by the squareness.
I mean,
but,
sure.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so people are going to aim for the body, and I think that it's a good guess to say that the shooter was nowhere near.
Yeah, nowhere near, but...
So who was actually watching the rooftops? Is there anybody...
Well, no. See, that's like a small thing. Mm-hmm. So that's like a small thing. If Charlie Kirk had enough money, he would have had police officers on top at a counter vantage point, an Overwatch counter vantage point to find to be a counter sniper. But he probably didn't do that, and now we're just playing armchair quarterback, and we're armchair quarterback in this. You're saying that he probably wore a vest. Mm-hmm. The problem with vests is this: the problem with vest is this, right? A round impacts a vest. We see it all the time, on YouTube channels, because they don't do it on the actual human body. The problem with the vest is this, that if it impacts the body, it's not the bullet itself, it's the force of the impact.
Yeah.
It's the force. It could stop your heart. So imagine that if it would have touched him in the chest, in the square in the chest, with a plate on, he could have been gone. He could have been gone from heart failure, not from heart, like literally from his heart stopping, because it stopped his heart, or a collapsed lung, or whatever. It's the force of the impact. Now, when it comes to like just shot placement too, shot placement is another thing. And the reason why I'm saying this is because oh, Aaron's like, what is this? We are live. What I'm saying is this: because I've experienced it before. I've shot plenty of times. I've done quals. I've done quals for the army, and whenever you're doing a Mozambique, a Mozambique is a 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, right? Depending on how you're placing your shot placement, rounds go everywhere. Rounds do the weirdest things. Like that's why they always told us, if we're doing CQBs and we're doing close CQBs and room clearing, don't be on the wall, because bullets ride walls. Like they'll literally go like that. And with Kirk, that's probably shot placement. And that shot placement, yeah, absolutely, that shot placement. He could. So there's a lot of things to this. Yeah. Breathing is breathing and trigger squeeze is a huge factor in this, because let's say he takes a shot, right? Mm-hmm. But then you go, ha! That breath right there messed up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or he had the indentation of his finger on the trigger in a different spot. That messed up the whole thing too.
Yeah.
So that all depends on where he was, how he was positioned, where he was, how he was positioned, how was he breathing, how was he seeing, and how was Charlie Kirk looking at the time.
Well, I guess in all reality, it doesn't really matter, because he is gone. But it's crazy to think that many people there, they didn't see a thing, unless people are just not coming forward, or it's still so new that we're not going to have any details until
it's so
things are official now, because they already have 2 suspects that they let go. So who knows? They might have somebody, and they just don't want to let anybody know until it's official, so they don't look like a bunch of retards.
Yeah, you're supposed to shoot between heartbeats, shoot between breaths. I always tell my soldiers about shooting whenever they shoot prone, is that you do it high and tight. You don't do it on the ground.
That's what you taught me.
Yeah, I taught you high and tight. Mm-hmm. Because if you're low on the ground, you take a breath, your sight picture's out. Mm-hmm. Your sight picture's often out. If he's high and tight, you have enough room in your chest to breathe, mm-hmm. so that your shot placement is not gone. Yeah. I know we're armchair court. To me, the reason why I'm going about this is to understand the shooter. And I'm pretty sure that this shooter is probably an inexperienced shooter. Probably is, maybe he shot a couple times at a target, just to get the feel of it. But kinetically, it was probably his first time kinetically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, man. An experience, yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it. As soon as I heard that he was shot in the neck, I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna survive.
Well,
but
yeah, but I hate the armchair quarterbacking, but people have survived. Survival, like I'll give you a perfect example. Obi Trice. Obi Trice is a rapper at D12. You know, Eminem and
Yeah,
all those.
I know.
He has a bullet in his head.
Still, to this day?
To this day, he has a bullet in his head. Basically, he was driving and he saw at a stoplight. Dude came up behind him and put a bullet in his brain. And the bullet did bullets do weird things. It wrapped around his head. It didn't pierce the skull.
Well, it's like those factors that if they take it out, it'll do more damage.
It'll do more damage than
leaving it in.
Yeah, and so didn't you remember that James Bond movie, The World Is Not Enough? The main villain was Bond shot the main villain in the fucking head. But the problem was the bullet is in his brain and is slowly going to his brain. And the fact of the matter, the bullet made him impervious to pain, stronger, faster, and smarter. Until it ultimately kills him.
Yeah.
But he won't. But like he didn't feel anything. If you saw in the movie, like he had lava rocks and he put it in his hands.
I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, the world is not enough.
All right. Well, I guess that's in the next movie night.
That's probably next movie
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was just the Ukraine girl, the girl that was stabbed too.
I didn't want to watch that video because I already knew how it went down. And it's like that.
Yeah.
Shame on those fucking people for not doing anything.
And then even like Charlie Kirk himself, like he said, it was about the race, because there's a video of the man getting up. I'm not gonna say his name. He's not worth it. I'm just not.
I don't even know the fucker's name.
He stood up and said, "I got the white girl. I got the white girl."
Yeah,
he said it about 3 times.
Yeah,
so,
I heard that.
And people don't want to blame race, but it is. It's about race. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Kyle. Me too. But
nobody did. People said it happened. Like even I said at first it happened so fast. Maybe people didn't react well enough. But no, if you watch the video, people look back and they see her. They see the blood everywhere, and they just don't do a damn thing. And it's heartbreaking.
But also, like, you have to understand, it's like 98% of people live in a sheltered environment.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, but
they didn't really seem like true physical adversity or true like physical violence, right?
But in the area that they live in, they were in Charlotte on the train. I'm sorry, but more than half those people have seen enough violence in their life. They just probably know better not to do anything.
Maybe.
Like when you see a man like that, I believe he was fully mentally unstable. Stable enough to know what he's doing, but just fucking wackadoo.
Well, yeah. I'm saying this now, Kyle. You're right. It's like if it was a white man stabbing a black woman, like the world will be on fire.
Yep.
Like the world will be on fire. Like, come on now.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of violence in that race, and you know what?
I'm not gonna say that there's not violence in that race. I'm not gonna say that because
there is though. If you do the statistics,
I understand.
They are 13 out of 50% of 13% out of 50% of theirs is caused by them.
13 out of 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's that. Even though that's a hard number, but that's still not. I still believe there are still good people out there.
Well, yeah, 100%. There's good people, but there's good and bad in everywhere you go.
This would be a bum down the city situation. Yeah, it would be a bum down the city situation.
Mm-hmm.
Burn down the city situation. Yeah, you said bum. It's burn.
No, he said burn.
Oh, why does it look like bum to me?
Oh, because your glasses. I don't know.
Okay. Orthodox guy. Who's that?
Oh, this is.
Hey, dude, what's up?
This is OG. I've been on a couple of his lives.
Hey, if you want to jump on, you can hit the StreamYard and jump on, dude.
He was on live. You were live for like 10 hours today, 9 or 10 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and he was live, and then he just kind of kept on. But no, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
All right, so let's get back on the track from this one.
Okay.
I'm still gonna call this a Kennedy event until maybe next Friday.
No.
The reason why I'm saying next Friday is because that's a lot of people to interview.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people to interview.
There's a lot of information that we still have to take in that we're not gonna get. We're not gonna get anything. We're just going off of the next person's post.
Okay, so here's my experience of that, right? So for those who don't know, I'm a former United States Army military police officer, so I know a thing or two about law enforcement. I interviewed two people for a theft, for an online theft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really going to go into details on live. Just basically, they got scammed out of a good amount of money. I was interviewing two people for 3 hours, 20 pages worth of information.
Oh wow!
All right,
That's a lot.
and that's just two people.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine an investigator has to interview what, 5 people, 7 in their shift, in one shift, and an interview can go as long as 5 minutes or 5 hours. It all depends on how the person is describing what they were seeing, describing the situation. Like
that first guy, he was in what, a couple hours?
I can't. Thank you, though, guys. Oh, no problem, OG.
He was in from the moment everything happened. He was arrested and he was released. It was only like a couple hours in between.
That's a couple hours in between.
Mm-hmm.
So that's them just processing.
Yeah.
That's just being processed.
So what, they just process him like, oh yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah, they just basically just process them and they probably ask them a few questions or whatever, and then like, all right, goodbye. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a perfect example. Like
now his face is, if that truly is not the guy,
his face is everywhere. He's
his
fucked.
face is everywhere, and people that don't, continue on, getting new information, they're just gonna look at him as the guy who killed him.
Yeah, but the guy who killed him. But until they find the actual subject, we just won't know. I would say this though, that if I was one of the investigators, like I would have called you and said, babe, I'm not gonna come home tonight. I'm sorry. Like I might see you tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
I might see you I might see you tomorrow afternoon, because I would literally sit there with just a stack full of sworn statements. Just a stack, maybe like that, of sworn statements. And then I'm like, all right, let's start with this. What's your name? Da da da. Okay, so tell me what you were seeing at this particular moment in this particular time. Mm-hmm. And what I tend to do when I was working law enforcement, what I tend to do was write it. Like I wrote what they were saying. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have them write it too, but I usually wrote what they were saying because I was literally next to them. And I will write what they were saying, and they're like, okay, does this look like exactly how you were saying? And they say yes, initial it. And they say no, cross out what is not what you said, put in what you said. And paper just piles up. Things just pile up. And I come in and like, hey man, look, I got like 20 pages. Sorry, man. He's like, holy shit, dude. He's like, dude. You know what I'm saying? And evidence too. Evidence is a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. Evidence is a whole different thing. Let's say they find the shooter, and they find the firearm of the shooter. They have to catalog that firearm from tip to butt. All right, tip to butt. Make, model, serial number, color, length, width, depth. What features it has it on, like, or what kind of like indentations have it on. Let's say he has like a smiley face on it. Mm-hmm. Well, the smiley face is under the serial number in this little particular area. Yeah. That's a lot of information. Like I had to do that too. Yeah. And that's a lot of information to take down. Let's see. I would be the same. I took 2 years of forensic classes to get certification, and I wouldn't let that go. Nice. Yeah, exactly.
That's something that you should want to do. Interesting. Okay, more but yeah, just like that school shooting.
Which one?
The one that just happened. They took all of his. They took. He had magazines with. He had like.
He had words in his magazines.
He had stuff written all over everything that he used.
Yeah.
Every magazine, like phrases. It wasn't even just like scriptures or not scriptures.
It was just the insane.
It was like from his manifesto.
Yeah, it was the ramblings of a madman. It was the ramblings of a madman.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I presume now that Charlie has probably been autopsied. He's probably been there's a word for it. Before he went rigid and stuff like that, they exhumed the body in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So he's already prepped up, ready to go. The one that happened in Denver. Yeah, was it Denver or was it like Minnesota?
No.
It was that trans that shot up a Catholic school.
Yeah, why can't I not remember? Was it Denver?
Yeah,
well, there was actually a shooting. There was a shooting that happened today around the same time he was shot. Did you hear about that?
No, babe. Shootings happening every day.
No, like
that's
this one. Yeah, I know, but was it in the same state? I think that's why.
I guarantee you, a bunch of shooting happened in Miami. I guarantee it.
No, a school shooting though.
Probably not a school shooting, but like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is a school shooting happened around the same time that he was killed.
But that fell out of the wire, you know what I'm saying? Because Charlie Kirk is bigger news.
Mm-hmm. And it's sad. It's an assassination. That's not just somebody killing somebody.
They would call it assassination because he is a public figure.
Yeah, he was known by millions of people.
Yeah, he was known by millions, and a good amount of them hated him, and they want him dead. And now they're cheering. They're probably partying and shit.
Yeah, Yeah, I try to get
Miami's crazy as far as Miami's very crazy as far as shootings.
And I try to get some because I have been watching all the people that have been laughing and making videos and like celebrating about his death, and I really tried to save them from my email because I had to email myself to get them on the computer because I wanted to blast them. I'm sorry if you're gonna act like that, politics aside, I don't care who you vote for, whatever you believe in. That's a man that their family just lost him.
I remember years ago when Hugo Chavez, the communist out of Venezuela, when he died, like I was like, yo, he's fucking dead, huh? And like my dad was like, yo, no, we don't gloat over death.
No.
Like everybody's gonna die. We don't gloat over that. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's sad that Charlie Kirk is dead, but it's like I'm still a little bit
Chicago.
A little bit indifferent. I mean, yeah, Chicago is nuts. It's just going to get worse.
No, what happened in Chicago? I think he's talking about something that happened in Chicago.
Yeah, there's shootings happening all the time in Chicago. Because Trump is trying to get the National Guard in. But see, here's the problem with getting the National Guard in. That it somewhat violates Posse Comitatus.
Oh, are you talking about the
Trump trying to bring in the National Guard in Chicago to?
No, they just busted a bunch of people. ICE. Is that what you're talking about? It was a huge ICE raid in Chicago that just happened. Okay. I just didn't know where it was. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up on like current events. I know this is current events, but I'm still.
But the point still stands, right? Like. Trump is trying to put the National Guard in Chicago to, basically keep the peace. But the problem with that is it's Posse Comitatus. It's the right of the people to police themselves. So the federal government steps in is actually unconstitutional. In all honesty, it is. Even though people can like Trump all they want. Mm-hmm. You can like Trump all you want. But the fact of the matter is that if you're going to violate the Constitution doing Posse Comitatus, that's kind of that's not a thing. Because it's the right of the people to police themselves. So
we have to get enough people to actually pursue that.
Yeah, we have to get enough people to actually pursue it. But if we have people to police themselves, for the government, it checks off the box. That's what I'm saying. But if the president does an executive order suspending Posse Comitatus, that's a different story, and then he has to fight that in court.
That's why I don't go to Chicago.
Exactly. All the gangs. All the gangs there.
It's sad.
Yeah, they're all threatening National Guard and shit. You know, they're all threatening National Guard. But like, the thing is, the the if the National Guard do come in, only 2, maybe 3, like MOSs will be there: infantry, engineering, military police.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 that'll be in there. Maybe cavalry, but you're not going to see artillery or mortar or, or some other like that show up.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
What? Are you gonna make them mod?
Yeah, I think we need more of those too.
Yeah.
All
right, Kyle, you're gonna get yourself a wrench.
Well, I just want to let you know too. I don't know how long we're gonna go as well tonight. We're still trying to figure this out. I tried to get the opening videos, when you start a live, but I'm still trying to figure that all out and trying to get that going. I go a lot more on other debates. I get online on other people's channels, so I'm just trying to grow mine as well. I don't have a lot of followers, so that's why there's like nobody on here right now. But
I mean, that's fine. There's nobody's on here, but our voice is still being heard.
I know.
I don't know. I guess for me, I do feel for their family.
Mm-hmm.
My heart goes out to them, but I hate to quote this idiot because he really is a truly evil human being. Joseph Stalin said that a death is a tragedy, a million is a statistic.
Mm.
So Charlie Kirk's death is is many of thousands today.
Yeah.
And he falls into 2 categories as a tragedy and also as a statistic.
Yeah.
And
I mean, because of the way he puts himself out there, it's just kind of like president assassinations and stuff like that. And I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube and stuff, but it's just like it's kind of like the same thing.
Well, I hate this, but when you go into politics,
that's where I was going with that. Is because
and I think he understood that he was taking the risks that were coming in. He understood the risk. He understood it.
You put yourself in a certain job or you put yourself on a certain path and you're going in front of millions, if not the whole world, and you're putting yourself out there and putting your beliefs out there, you're gonna get fought on it.
Yeah, you're gonna get fought on it, but he understood the risk.
Mm-hmm.
He understood that, man, maybe one of these people might take me out. Because I'm glad he wasn't naive about it.
Yeah.
Because there are some people out there who are fucking naive.
Well, he had what? I think it was like 5 or 6 bodyguards that rushed to him like all at once.
Well, yeah, but that didn't matter.
Save him. But that's what I'm saying is like when guys have like that kind of like, I don't want to say he was. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
invulnerable?
No, not like prideful, but
Well, no, I say invulnerable. Like he
maybe.
was like
no, because he
couldn't be touched.
Yeah, but he was a very godly man, so I don't think he thought that way.
I don't think he thought that way either. But what I'm saying, okay, so let's go in this. What Kyle said? He knew the chance, and unfortunately, he paid the price. So there should have been. We can only judge and play by play on the video that we saw, right? On the videos on the footage.
Yeah.
An event like that, I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk would have had a ambulance on standby. Pretty sure there probably would have been.
But I don't even think that could have saved him. In all reality, shot like
I don't think that could have saved him. But now I'm gonna go back to my military training. He was a godly man, and thank God. And yeah, he was.
No, because if he's in a better place.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to say that because he wasn't suffering. He wasn't suffering or anything like that.
He probably didn't even suffer at all. He probably blacked out. He probably blacked out for as soon as the impact hit, he probably blacked out.
Yeah.
And he Probably blacked out and he probably didn't hear anything.
I think after this live stream, I'm not even going to talk about it for a while, just because
Well, it's going to be a hot topic.
It's going to be everywhere, but like today, I really focused myself on it to try and get like updates and everything like that, and it really hurt. It hurt, like it physically hurt my stomach.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of what if and armchair quarterbacking right now. The possibility of saving his life was slim, but it was still doable. If one of the guards would have rushed up to him, he falls, rush up to him, and at least place their hand on the wound for 3 minutes. This is what they taught us in combat lifesaving.
Who's to say that they didn't do that, then?
Who to say they didn't do that? You're right. Yeah, it was slim, but the probability is still there. So 3 minutes, hold it for 3 minutes. Once that's there, then you get.
What? Are you gonna get a visual going?
Yeah, I'm going to get visuals. It's the NCO in me. I'm sorry.
He's getting visuals.
Yeah, we're getting visuals.
I don't know, just something like that. With the amount of blood that he lost within like the first 2 seconds, I wouldn't even give Slim a chance.
Slim is still a good chance. That's the point. So 3 minutes, right? These save lives. So this is basically a wound packing clause. Wound packing. So if they had one, if one of them had it, they would have saved his life.
Okay.
They would have saved his life. And rip it open, and it literally just comes out. It literally comes out like this, right? And you just pack it in. He just packed the shit in, and you just pack it in till the end, and you leave like a little fucking, like a little strand on the top. A little strand on the top, and they can see this, through an X-ray. Usually, the North American rescue ones, they have like a little blue strand on them, and that's for X-rays. The problem was there, and had a combat knowledgeable medic. He probably would have lived. Now, I would also pull out the Israeli trauma bandage. The reason why I would pull this out on a neck wound is the combination of this. So using both of these, and using
Hold on, I'm gonna jump off for a second.
All right, so listen, I'm going to keep going on this. I'm not saying he would, but the probability was there. So pack the wound, wrap it up with a bandage, tape it. You're sealing the wound. You're sealing the wound from blood releasing itself. So think of it like water, right? So think of it like water. Let's put this over here. That if you don't have a watertight seal, water is going to go everywhere. Water goes where it goes. Whatever little spot vantage point water has, it will go. Same thing with blood. So unless you pack it in, seal it, it's going to go everywhere. And it's just unfortunate that Charlie Kirk, went off into the stars, into eternity. Yeah, no, it's like, look, combat life-saving is, so there's first aid, basic life-saving, combat life-saving, and advanced life-saving. I'm at combat. I didn't do advanced life-saving. I might do that like probably next year or something like that, just to have it on me. To probably renew combat and basic life-saving. But it's stuff to know and to have on you, the knowledge on you, in order to, in a sense, confidently save somebody's life. And I believe those off-duty cops, because those people protecting them were probably off-duty cops. they probably had something they could have used to basically save his life. I'm pretty sure one of them probably did put pressure on his wound with her hand, but that can only do so much. Um, yeah, and I'm going to say that it will be a Kennedy event. Kennedy event. I might do videos on I might do videos on medical stuff, but
You should.
there's a whole huge, yeah, civilian coast guard. Those are like off duty cops or even undercovers. But no, I didn't move the camera. I just moved a little closer.
Oh.
The the point of it is that yeah, if they were probably off duty cops getting a little, doing a detail, getting a little extra money and stuff for their fam.
The cops that were actually there, they were outside of the event. Most of them, I should say.
Well, yeah, you have to understand something. You have to understand it's called a cordon. It's called a cordon, right?
I know.
So no, like you don't really understand what cordon it actually is. Like, let's more visuals. I'm all
Okay,
about,
just
I'm all about visuals.
You're hands on, but explain it. Explain it.
So think of Charlie Kirk as like a pearl in a clamshell, right? So in the middle, then you have your inner cordon. There you have your inner cordon, and then you have your outer cordon. The outer cordon actually is what regulates traffic and what funnels people in and out. What funnels people in and out. The inner cordon is the one sealing everything else. Close the door. Sealing everything else and making sure that the every vantage point is covered. So if I would have done a cordon, if I would have done like an inner and outer cordon, I would have done it basically having Charlie Kirk in the middle and then having guards there, but then also having roving guards inside the crowd itself, and then the outer cordon. The outer cordon will be 4 sections. Will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rovers, 4 rovers communicating with everybody else. Because when it comes to like a security cordon, you have to have constant communication. There's no like you're in this area, that's it. No, it's like hey, this, that, and the other thing, etc. You have to be in constant communication because if you see something, everybody else needs to know. So that's the whole point of security. That's the maintaining of 360 security.
Well, maybe they didn't have that exactly, but I believe that they did have like a good security system going around.
I would suspect as such.
We weren't there.
Yeah, we weren't there, but I would suspect as such. But then we also get an armchair quarterback, the attempt on Trump. That was a shit show.
It was.
That was an utter shit show. But I hate to say this because I've learned this. Like hard learned this. The government and people with your mindset, yeah, I know that. But the problem is, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen in that way.
It was a shit show because people are saying like, how did he get on the roof? How is it? Because that roof was right there.
Yeah. Well, they also say that. Well, this is what I learned about the government. It's very reactive, not proactive. The only time it becomes proactive when something happens, and then this happened. Charlie Kirk happened. Now they have to be proactive in some things, and that's a problem. And that's, in all honesty, is a problem.
No. I don't know how much longer you want to be on this stream for.
Maybe until the hour, until the top of the hour. So for another like 6, 7 minutes, because we all got day jobs and shit.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. I will say this though, that we probably won't know the full details probably until Monday morning.
Probably.
until Monday morning, maybe Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, because the moment when he got shot in the neck, everybody knew what happened. And then it came to, I want to say like 40 minutes later, people are saying like, oh, he died. And then people were saying, oh, wait, no, he still has a pulse. So it was like 50-50. People were saying he was dead, he was alive.
Well,
And then everybody was just like, okay, he's dead.
Well, everybody's going to speculate no matter what. Everybody's like,
yeah.
It's like,
and that's what I'm saying. So like in this time from today until like even a few days from now, we're not going to truly know.
Like, yeah, they're not going to truly know, but like that's what happens with the whole speculation thing. Is that people are just gonna start spouting shit like, "Oh, Charlie Kirk is in the ambulance with holding a cat."
Yeah,
it's like exactly. where the fuck did the cat come from? I don't know, but there's a fucking cat.
Exactly.
Oh no, he went to CVS. He got herpes at CVS.
And I think the videos of him being shot live should be taken down.
It's not gonna be taken down. I guarantee you.
They should be filtered out at least.
I guarantee you, plenty of people. I could go
on. I know a bunch of people probably have it saved. If you put something on the internet, it's there forever. But it should be filtered out because I stumbled upon it, and it was something that me personally, I didn't want to see.
Well, yeah.
You hear somebody getting shot in the neck, you can kind of imagine.
I mean, I could probably go on Reddit right now and I can find it on Reddit.
Yeah, you can probably still go on X. You can
go
on X and still find it.
Yeah. They will say that is no. See, so MSNBC said it was one of his supporters was shooting a gun in the air in celebration.
In celebration, he said that, and they instantly. It was like 10 minutes after it was everywhere, and they came on and said that and tried to blame MAGA. That's what they do in every single event. Every event.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's utterly asinine the level of depravity and the level of stupidity and ignorance that they have.
Yep.
It really is shocking to me.
They're probably honestly, with this happening, with the amount of threats that Charlie Kirk got, the amount of threats and abuse that he got on the streets, they are going to do a deep dive into this and filter out his emails, his physical mail, anything that I can find from people and go from there. Honestly, if they have not found the actual shooter, they're going to start at his personal expense of everything.
Well, if I was one of the investigators, I wouldn't talk to the wife at all. I wouldn't talk to her at all. I'll probably give her a week. Yeah. And then I'll talk to her, but like I wouldn't talk to her right now.
She really needs.
She her brain, like her spirit, is nowhere in this planet right now. Mm-hmm. And an investigator who would go and interview her like an hour or two after that.
There's probably news stations at her house or in
like
her neighborhood.
Fucking vultures.
Yeah.
Let's see. Watch the rednecks online. They're starting to make videos about how it's going to.
Yeah, you said that in a redneck voice.
In a redneck voice. It could start a thing, but what I've learned in the past few years is that conservatives, you can say we're conservatives. Well, you can say that we're very milquetoast and lack thereof. Because when George Floyd happened, we all know how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see us burning shit down. I don't see us, going to the streets and mowing down people and shit like that. I don't see it. Yeah.
Okay, well, look what happened. Did we go all crazy after Trump was shot in the ear?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. I mean, he didn't die, but
yeah.
Still, like when things like this happen, we don't go out and retaliate. Oh my God! So Trump was president. We're gonna go burn down fucking buildings and shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's not us. But then again, I can't. Me personally, I can't speak for every conservative there is out there. Yeah. There are crazy conservatives.
They're crazy ass conservatives. Like the ones that are there's people talking about civil war right now. It's like, who are you gonna fight? Where are they? Who's going to lead you in fighting?
They're talking civil war between the right and the left. That's what our segregation comes.
Yeah, but like, who's going to lead the right? Who's going to lead the right?
I don't know.
Who's going to lead the left?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm just explaining that.
I know, but like fucking side scrollers. I was listening to side scrollers talking about this, and Craig had a fucking great point. He said, "Who's going to lead the right on this? Who's going to lead the left on this? who like are you like? I'm gonna say this now. Are you going like is somebody in the right? Are you just gonna walk out your door and find the first person you see that doesn't think like you or talk like you?
Yeah.
Fucking put a bullet in their fucking dome?
Yeah, exactly. That's we don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
a
they
lot
can
of people
stand they can stand up against liberals too, right? But the problem is this. Like, are you like I'm not talking about Kyle. I'm not talking about Kyle. All right, I'm not talking about him. Like conservative A. You know, John Smith. Are you going to go outside your door to a park or fucking Walmart and see two liberal gay dudes walking at Walmart buying groceries? Are you going to fucking put a bullet in their fucking
I don't
heads?
think it's talking about killing them.
That's the question I'm proposing. Are they going to do this? Yes or no? Because
I
the
hope
left, they want to. The left was like, yeah, we'll fuck the Trump supporters. We'll
That's
kill
the
them.
thing about us is we're taking our gun rights seriously. We use our gun rights as we're protecting us, protecting our families, protecting us as humans. And them, they just want to use it to fight anybody that doesn't agree with them.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. They want to fight with anybody that disagree with them. And the problem is, we'll be in that category if we do what they do. Is like we're lowering our standard to them. That's the problem.
Or just make them accountable for the actions that they
accountable what? They don't know what accountability is. They have no integrity,
That's
no
what I'm saying.
accountability.
That's what we want to make them. Like, if we have to shove it down their fucking throats, they shove everything down our throats. So let's shove accountability down their throats for the shit that they've done, or for the people on their side.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we do that. We do that to this day. You know, Andrew Wilson does that. You know, Andrew Wilson does that shit. Fucking.
And Charlie Kirk did it.
Charlie Kirk did it, and yeah, and look what happened to him. Look what happened to him. They don't understand. It's like it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
That's what it does. It's like they don't hear shit.
Honestly, we get nowhere on the subject just because it's. We get nowhere on the subject because it's a revolving door. It's always. I feel like it's always going to happen. It's always going to be there. There's always somebody that's going to be mad at the other half.
So I'm going to shout out my first squad leader, Sergeant Ewing. You know, so that was my first squad leader, and I respect that man heavily. And he posted on his Facebook. And say, "Hey, freedom is a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-way door. It's a two-way street, man. You can knock a dude down for speaking his beliefs, having the freedom to speak his beliefs."
Mm-hmm.
And I give a true shout out to Sergeant Ewing for that shit because he's right. Because that dude's right.
They don't, but the left doesn't believe in freedom of speech.
They
don't believe
in freedom of speech
as long as it's theirs.
for them.
But they don't want to acknowledge the amendments either.
Well,
so it's like,
they also don't acknowledge Roman Reigns. They don't acknowledge me. You know what I'm saying? They don't acknowledge the tribal chief either. You know, damn liberals.
Thief.
No. See, that brought to Reed.
No,
it's a possible civil war with the action they do. Not saying. See, that's the problem. So the problem with the whole Civil War thing, we're thinking of it as the American Civil War of the 1830s, of the 1860s.
Yeah.
That is two sides meeting in the field of battle and they're duking it out. No, that's just not going to happen because the left are what? Terrified of firearms. They're scared of the average lefty idiot is scared of fucking firearms. They're scared that a firearm will literally magically rise up and move around magically. They believe this. And there is no way, shape, or form that battle lines will be drawn and, you know, a shooting, like a kinetic civil war will happen. That just won't happen. If you want to talk about the Civil War, it's on YouTube. It's on Kick. It's on Rumble. It's on social media. That's where the battlefields are. And a lot of conservatives just don't understand that. They just don't understand that that's the battlefield now. They're just hoping for a Red Dawn event. That's what they're hoping for, and they're thinking that maybe Charlie Kirk is the catalyst, the shot heard around the world. That's what they're thinking, but it's just not going to happen.
Oh, that's what I heard too. I heard that phrase a lot today.
Well,
Shot heard around the world.
well, you know where that came from, right?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
All right, fine. I'll tell you then. It came from Lexington and Concord. Whenever the American citizens were rebelling against the British, they were protesting against the British.
Mm-hmm.
British soldiers shot at them, and it was a shot heard around the world. They were referring to the British Empire. Oh,
That was your watch.
that wasn't watch. I guess the kitten's outside.
The kitten.
What I'm saying, that reverberated around the world, around the British Empire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it meant. So then that was the catalyst for the American Revolution. That was one of the catalysts for the American Revolution, was Lexington and Concord.
All right.
I don't believe it will happen. Social media will take over everything.
Well, yeah, social media will take over everything.
All right. Do you want to do some closing on this?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of closing on this. My closing is this. It's tragic. My heart goes out to them. You know, our hearts go as a family,
Mm-hmm.
as a husband and wife, mother and fathers. Our heart goes out to them.
I just can't imagine what the wife.
I
Just
can't
thinking
imagine
right
what
now.
she's feeling either. You know what I'm saying? I think that just.
Yeah, if
I
I,
think
lost,
that just-
if I lost you, I would lose my shit for sure.
Yeah, I would too.
But all right, well, thank you for watching. I'm sorry it
Yeah.
wasn't super long, but you know we had some difficulties getting up. But we promise to do better, and we'll probably have more live streams hopefully soon. But yeah,
We will be back in the near
Mhm.
future, ladies and gents. And hopefully the next topic I should be a little bit brighter one.
yeah, hopefully it's not so doom and gloom. And I'm so sorry. And I just hold on to your husbands and wives and children's tighter tonight, okay?
And hold on to your hats.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Y'all have a good one.